A very good afternoon to you guys and assalamu alaikum. Either there are two options. Either I record with all the dogs barking or I do not record at all because I've been waiting the entire day so that I can get rid of dogs barking, but I could not. So I thought now let them bark because barking dogs seldom bite, right? One thing that I've noticed is the time we entered self quarantine, right? We entered for self quarantine and we are locked in homes. Now they are freely roaming and roaming around here and there, and they do not want any human interference, right? So let them back and they're playing. So till the time we complete the quarantine process, it's better to complete the class process as well. And giving you the recap of the previous class, what we were able to do is create this basic structure for our website, and two things that I said you need to take care of. One, give maximum maximum height, so that the height can be adjusted automatically. If the content increases, the height also increases. And the second thing that I said was that it's better to give a width in percentage right here, so that the website is the size of the website gets adjusted automatically no matter what resolution you access your website from. Is that clear? And the third thing that I said was that what we need to be sure of is making those borders and each and every single thing, right? That we have to understand many basic things, not only one thing. There were many different things that I want you to go through. Right, one that I said percentage, and second I said the minimum height, and the margin as well, right? Rather than giving margin left, margin right, margin top, and margin bottom, it's better if we give margin, so that margin from all the corners is automatically adjusted. Now, instead of auto, if I give 10 pixels, so yet it's going to be problem because it's going to give 10 pixels only from right, left. Right? If you give 100 pixels, yet there is going to be problem because you can enter the site from different resolutions and it's not going to be automatically adjusted. You can see the margin is taken from one side and it's not automatically adjusted. Alright, so please don't do this mistake of adjusting margins as per your own computer resolution, because you're never sure of what resolution the site is being accessed from or will be accessed from, right? So that's why I prefer using auto. Right, and some web developers, they tend to keep align center. They tend to align this center, the div in the center. I'll tell you how they do that. Right, if I don't give any margin at all, right, they'll say align. Alright, so they'll say text dash align center. Alright, and if they align text to the center, what will happen? Only the text will get aligned to the center, right? And it can never be applied to grandparent first, but even if you apply it, you can keep another parent here and you can apply it. Still, text line center is not going to work. The better option for you to make sure that it's accessed from each and every device is keep margin auto. So that is the best thing. And second thing, maybe I have closed that website. Okay, what was that website all about? Okay, hexadecimal color picker online, right? So we'll be using this frequently. And the second thing that I'll do here today is try and download, or I can say NIIT logo. So let's download a logo. Okay, there are many NIIT logos, or any logo that you need to download, right? So let's create it for some other institution. You can, right? So, but yeah, whatever you feel like. The logo is quite big here, 1200 by 450. Many big logos. 337 would be good. So I'll say save image as, and I will go to my desktop HTML website. Now imagine, or do you remember that we had already created a folder known as imgs? So what I'm going to do is save it as logo, right? So logo.jpg is already saved, and now we'll try and put the logo here in the website. So we can even banner. So let's say student banner, any banner you want, so you can, you know, easily go ahead with that sort of banner. Alright, there are many banners right here, so we should not take any copyrighted banner which has a copyright mark over it. So any good banner. Alright, so we'll have to even check for the size. Back to school is here, so let me get it back to school. Alright, 626, so it is the resolution is not up to the mark. It has a very less resolution, 1920 by 6. Okay, the resolution is quite better here. So I'll click save and I'll go to IMGS and I say banner. So far what we have been able to do is download a banner, download a logo, open color picker, open your site and start styling your site and designing your website. Alright, so let's go. I've already developed this aside here. Let me have two asides now. One aside is here and another aside is header left and header right. Right? HEADER. R should be capital, header right. And we have header left. Okay. Let me style both of them. So it's a hash header right and close it down and I can say hash header left and close it down too. Right, so I can say width. Let me give it a width of 40% and let me give this a width of 40%. And would you please tell me the parent? The parent of this aside is header, right? So I will say height inherit. You can inherit the height, or you can say what is the height of the parent, by the way. Header is the parent. We have I don't know, because the header is already being styled. Yeah, main header. Height is 120 pixels, so it would be better if I try and give height as 100 pixels. Why 100 pixels? You'll come to know that soon. HEIGST, height 100 pixels, right? And let me give it background dash color red, and here let me say background dash color blue. Blue is given and red is given, and guess what? Nothing happens as usual. Save and see, still nothing happens. So class, okay, we given class. It's not an ID, so class is going to be like this. The parent is ID, which is main header, and the class is header left and header right. We know that we call ID by hash and we call class by dot. Now what I will do right here, I will mention hash main header, the name of the parent, right, has a class dot header right. So I'll do this again, calling with parent name hash main header dot header left, right? So header right and header left are classes called with dot, and I'm calling the parent name. Why am I calling the parent name? Because we may have many header left and header right. So to recognize which header left and which header right are you styling, you may require this, right? So whatever I'm telling you, do that. It will help you in the near future. You're not going to understand everything. 30% is going to remain mystery for you guys, and mystery will be created in all the concurrent classes. Alright, so still the mystery remains here. We're not able to do width 40%, width 40%, height 100 pixels, and height 100 pixels, background or blue, background color red should work. Let me see the problem. aside, no, it should work basically. Let me keep something in the aside. Let's say hello. Yeah, hello is coming and hello 2 is not coming, because these are the sidebars. So let me call it directly without the parent name. Maybe they don't like the father, they hate. Okay, yeah, because there is some problem with the parent name. But yeah, because since aside is why didn't maybe you have to give it a bit of space here. Yeah, so you'll tell me that why didn't it work, right? It'll work, you just have to give a bit of space here, right? So now since it has started working, calling with the parent name will happen in the near future, right? So because if you have another header, right, a div or any other element, HTML element in the HTML document, it is not going to affect that. It's going to affect only header, right, which is inside the main header div. The parent is main. All right, so I hope you have understood this part. And the second part that I'm going to tell you is, if you can see this, they are not coming as I want one div to come, or one SI to come from this side, and second SI to come from this side. That is why, as the name suggests, header right, I want it to be towards the right hand side, and header left, I want it to be towards the left hand side. And for that, what I will do, I will say, hey header left, hey my brother, look at me, please would you do a favor, right? And that favor is, would you please float? Do you know how to float? The aside says, yes, I know how to float. Then float towards left, right? Nothing will happen because it's already, both are towards left, right? So the only difference is that we'll be able to see is when one floats towards left and another floats towards right. So one is floating towards left and another is floating towards right. Now you can see the one is towards left and another is towards right. And I'll have to see, I'll just get rid of these hellos. And the only problem is that we're not closing asides, right? If you do not close this, so it's going to override, as I have already shown you. So anything that opens gets closed, so that the boundaries are defined. Now you can see one is floating towards right, another is floating towards left. What if I change the positioning of my browser? Right, doesn't matter, it works absolutely fine. So do you require blue and red color? You may say yes, but I hate these dark colors, so no contrast. Our website should be contrastless. And let me refresh. Now we know that we have a div from this side and another div from this side. So let me go ahead and create another div here, or let's say I will create let's create a div, or let's not create a div, let's say img src. So what is img? It's image tag. What is src? The address where the image is. Where did we keep those images? So imgs folder name, and the image name is logo.jpg. So I'll say imgs is the folder name. Inside imgs folder, you can find logo.jpg, and please find that logo.jpg, and that image will be pasted and put inside an aside, which is header left. Absolutely fine. But you can see this image is big enough. What we can do, I will go ahead and style it. I can say, hey parent has a child, and the child has another child, which is img. So what I can do, I can say width is equal to 200 pixels. Now what? Look at this. Main header is the parent, and inside main header we have a class. That means here we'll use hash, here we will use dot. Header left is a class, we'll use dot, and then inside header left we have only one img without even giving it an id. I'm calling it directly, and I say width is equal to 200 pixels. And it has a cheat also, and the cheat says that you cannot, many I have seen 80% website developers and professionals doing this. They will adjust the height, and I don't know what makes them do this. They adjust the height and they adjust the width as well, right? So it will basically, what it is going to do, for example, let me take 220. What it's going to do is stretch your image. Alright, if I just reduce it by 110, you don't know the aspect ratio of the image. Please don't do that. That is complete injustice to web developers, to professional designs, to all the standards that have been written for web application and website designing. Right? You cannot just kick all the standards. You have to keep standards. So that is why I say do not give height, give width. When you give only width, the height is adjusted automatically as per the aspect ratio. Now you can see it looks nice, it looks better. All right, and many people do this. So they say margin dash left 10 pixels, because you can see it's overlapped towards the corner, so there should be corner gapping, but they'll say margin left. Okay, it comes down, they'll say margin dash right, and they'll say 10 pixels. No, not margin dash right, sorry, margin dash top 10 pixels, and they'll say the image is not perfectly balanced and placed. But that is not how it should be, right? So it has cross browser compatibility issues, right? What you should rather do, no, do not do anything with image. Let it be where it is. But imagine the container where the image is. The container is header left. I will say padding 10 pixels. What is padding? I'll tell you what padding is. Now single padding, by writing padding 10 pixels, it has solved the problem. Now what padding does, I'll show you. Background dash color red. Okay. And now you can see the div has background color red, and if I just get rid of this padding here, you can see the height and width. That's why I said width is only 40% and height is 100%. If I had given the height of the parent, or if I inherit, right, that means it's going to be exactly 120 pixels, that you are already aware of, that is going to be exactly 120 pixels, right? Now you can see. But now if I give padding here, I will say padding 10 pixels. It is going to go outside the boundaries. You can see it has gone outside the header boundaries, right? That is why padding will increase the width and height. I repeat, padding is going to increase the width and the height both. So you'll have to be very sure beforehand and then start developing it, right? That is why I said, height is not going to be inherited. I'll just keep it a bit, maybe 90 pixels. I'll keep it very lesser than what it actually is now, right? And then I give padding. Now let's see what padding is doing. You can see now when I do padding, it creates that amount of gap from corners, right? And padding also has like padding dash left 10 pixels. Only from the left hand side will you see it's been moved. And then we have padding dash top 10 pixels. Then you will see it's moved down, and we have padding dash bottom 10 pixels, and you can see you're getting padding from everywhere. Now why would you write top, right, bottom? You write it only when it's required. I will say only padding 10 pixels, right? And that's it, right? It's going to give padding from corners. So it's going to give it's padded, right? So I'll show you how that padding is going to work for you guys, right? So for example, let's consider this to be div. Okay, so let me show you. Let us consider this to be div, and let's consider inside the div, whenever I write any text, the text starts from here. So if I say margin left, text will come here. If I say margin top, text will come here. Margin right, text will come here, right? And if I say this is if I give margin to text. But if I tell the container, hey container, right? So this is the container. I'll say container, right? Don't do anything to text right here. So I'll go to the properties of container now, right? I'll say container pad. Padding means padding top. So it is going to create a space from the top, right, and bottom, and it will create it like this. If you say padding, it's going to create spaces like this, right? So it's going to pad it up, right? It's going to create boundaries, and the boundaries will have its own thicknesses, right? So thickness you have basically mentioned 10 pixels padded you are having, header left, which is the red color div, has been padded up 10 pixels. That means now the content will fit only after 10 pixels from top, bottom, right and left, right? So that is what padding is. Padding is just creating an extra space and telling that this is not the area where the content will go. Now you can see it looks very nice here, and I can add up another very good container right here. A small tag is small caps. It puts any text that you write in small caps. So I'll say Srinagar Center, right? It has come here. I will hit a BR. I'll say break line and go to next line. Yeah, now it has come to next line. Just I'll have to show you everything professional and unprofessional way. Alright, I'll have to show you both. I'll say NBSP, which is space, and char set is already there. It's going to convert my space into the actual space of HTML. And now we can target this as well. I will say, hey, wait a second. Hey, my main header, which is the parent, you have a child header left, and inside a child there is another child small. I'll not target img, I will target small, and I will say letter dash spacing, right? So there is going to be spacing for letters in between the letters. For example, if I say letter spacing means this. I am creating spaces in between letters, right? So letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel. So let's see, how does 1 pixel look like? Yeah, it has created 1 pixel letter spacing. You can do 2 pixels if you want. Yeah, Srinagar Center. Now I can decrease it a bit from 200 to 190 pixels. IMG. Yeah, it has decreased. Let's say 180 pixels, so that fits. Yeah, now they are both similar, and just I'll take it on the lighter note. You cannot keep it dark as it takes the eye, so I'll take it just like here, hexadecimal, not too darker, neither too lighter. Small text will have color as hash, what I have copied from here. Alright, I repeat, the parent main is main header, which is the header div, which is the header container, not div, header container. And then we have header left, and it's an aside, and inside aside we have img. Img has 2 properties, right? Let's see, or we can say attributes. Img attribute number 1 is src, right? Second I have not shown you, so src is here. imgs logo.jsp, source means the address of an image, and it's a self-closing tag. Why is it a self-closing tag? Because it does not require anything to be in between like text, right? So it makes sense, right? Isn't it? Okay, why have I refreshed this? Okay, I had to refresh this. Like now you can see that it's perfect. It's neither too dark nor too light, and we have been able to successfully place our logo right here. So now a second thing that I require is, let's keep this header right for the later classes. You'll come to know what is this required for. But yeah, after header I had shown you navigation. Alright, so I'll say nav opens and nav closes. So let's give it an ID, main navigation. You do not ask, you'll tell me, sir, why are you giving class here? And it's just for the sake of understanding that how do we call different things, right? Or in case header left and header right can be it can be multiple times in a web application. So I would like to style it as per the parent. Different asides may have different stylings, right? And similar is the case here. Navigation ID, but main navigation, the entire website will have only one. So let me style this main navigation, and it has, now the parent of main navigation is wrapper itself because it's inside wrapper directly, right? So let me say width is equal to inherit. Oh, no, we cannot inherit because it's 90%, so we'll have to keep it 100% of 90%, which is the 90% of div. And height is going to be, let's keep it 50 pixels. Background dash color, what color do you want? Tell me. I would like to be blue, or some somewhere near to blue, or somewhere near to yellow, or somewhere near to orange. Yeah, I suppose this one is good. Okay, now let's have blue blast. Yeah, this one looks much better. Let me give this color, terminate it before going to the next line. After terminating it, refresh. Now you have a very nice menu bar. Right, what time is it? So we still have ample amount of time left, so we can carry on with this. Okay, now what I can do, main navigation, margin dash top 10 pixels, so that there's a bit of difference between the header and the menu bar. As you know, that side has already borders, so I can either give border top and border bottom. Now start doing border, border, border dash bottom. You know the rulings for giving border, right? Do you? Right, you know the rulings for border. It has to be slightly darker than the background, right? Remember this always for borders. The border should be slightly darker, not that too darker, right? Slightly darker than the background color will give you that sense. And it has three properties: the thickness, the color, and the type. Solid, dashed, dotted, already shown to you. Alright guys, so let me hit. I can see slight border, right? It looks nice, but it would be better if I make it more dark. Alright, it'll give sense. It makes sense, right? Yeah, why not? Okay, let's carry on. Fine. So hexadecimal color chosen and given. Yeah, it looks much nice now. Alright, so let me go back to 100%. And now it looks very nice here. So you should not overdo things. I repeat, whenever you have to do, just do things correctly. Don't underdo them, don't overdo them, just do them perfectly, right? Neither over nor under. Just do them perfectly. And I'll copy the same. I cannot give right and left, I've already said, because I already have, border of wrapper, so it will be overlapped if I give border from this side, so that I do not want. But surely I would want border from top side. Right, so we have border from top side and border from bottom side. If you want to make it slightly more darker, just to give you guys feel that something is done, you'll say, oh, nothing is done. At times overdoing things will, okay, I have changed background, sorry. At times overdoing the things will make it shabby. We don't want. We require a clean, professional user interface for the website. And mashallah, you'll be learning application development, you'll be learning complex application development, simple application development logic, enterprise application development, and then you will understand that this technology is very important. Styling sense will give you the abstract sense, right? And then developing and getting your abstract sense developed is very important, right? So and believe me, in market you'll find lots and lots of developers, but they're lacking. Market is lacking behind designers like anything, and the demand of designers is 100 times more than developers these days, because it's basically they think it's the toughest job. I say it's a very easiest job, but yeah, you require a good amount of patience. You need to be patient, not the patient. You require to be patient. If you're patient, then you're in hospital. If you're in hospital, then you're most probably COVID affected, right? If you're not affected, you are in quarantine. If you're in quarantine, then you need to be patient. Like we are patient, we are staying back home without doing anything, right? So this is your navigation bar. And tell me about this design. How is this design? Do you love? Do you like the design? If you like, then it's okay. Even if you do not like, I'll make sure that you like it in the near future, because we are going to decorate it. All right, let's carry on. Do not get carried away, but let's carry on. Okay, now the main navigation is done. Now what my job is, I've already shown you unordered list, haven't I? During the first or the second lecture. And UL has li. UL stands for unordered list. Why isn't this self-closing? Because we have to give it text. UL li. I'm going to give you homework today, right? You guys need to be ready. All right. Okay, let me call this the first home about all the navigation links that you expect a website of this standard to have. And let's call this students, and let's call it FACU faculty, and let's call it exams, right? Courses and whatever. We cannot write whatever. After courses, what do you want me to have? Admissions, which are closed, online trainings only. If you refresh it now, and this is your navigation. Is it professional navigation? Of course it is. How do I know? Because I know we are going to make it professional. Let's play the parent-child game. Once again, let's play the parent-child game. The parent is main navigation. It has a UL in it, right? And the parent is main navigation and the child is UL, and UL has li in it. All the two things are going to be styled. I repeat, let me show you. Right, so let me put it like this and like this, right? So the parent is main navigation. I called main navigation. I didn't give it any class or ID. I'm calling it directly UL. UL is called directly. And then main navigation, double hash is not required. Then main navigation is parent, and inside main navigation there's a child known as UL, and inside the UL there's li. Now what do I do here? I'll just tell you. And the first thing that I have to do, you can see some margin given. I didn't give margin here. So UL has some automatic padding and margin that I'm going to get rid of first. So I'll say margin 0, and I'll say padding 0. By default, UL carries some padding and margin. I'm making sure that I get rid of this. Now, no padding, no margin, and even li has some by default padding and by default margin. I'll make sure that I get rid of. Now you can see there's no padding of UL and there's no padding of li. Alright. Now you can see we have some dots here. We call them as list style. So I'll go to UL. I'll say list style. I don't want list style. I'll say none. Get rid of the list style. None. I got rid of list style first, and I'll go to UL and say, hey baby, I don't want it to style, and it is not applied to li. Why? I don't know. What happened here? Main navigation has UL and UL has, okay, look at me. Every UL is getting li, and I'm closing it with UL again. What a joke. Li, 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 Li. I am your ally. Okay, now you see that everything is fine. We got rid of the initial, alignment. We got rid of initial alignment right here. You can see by just giving margin 0 and list style none. I'll just show you what this list style none does. It does this. Okay, we have already applied it to the UL. No need to apply it here. Now it does this. Now you can see lists. And when I say list style none to UL, I don't require this styling of list. And now what do you want? Does it look like a menu bar? No. Alright, so let's start making it a menu bar. I will say, hey li, you're displayed, you're displaying vertical data, so I want you to display inlined. Right? I want you to be inlined. Not like this, but like this. Display inline, we'll keep it like this. I may have to increase some more so that it's more evident what we are doing. It makes sense. Okay, I have pressed the wrong button, sorry. Yeah, what is wrong? My keyboard keys are lost. Admissions, courses, no, gallery. Alright, I'll keep everything here, and this is going to be your project also. So notifications, and I am going to have news, right? Okay, so okay, now we have it ready. Right, so now you can see it's coming on top right here. What I'll try and do is I'll try and give padding of 10 pixels here to the UL. Yeah, it comes now. And I will give padding of 10 pixels. It doesn't matter. Maybe you may have to give, you're using a different browser, you may have to give 20 pixels. So now once you give padding, it's padding from the top, padding from the bottom. Now you can see that it's getting aligned nicely right here. Let me give 15 pixels. Yeah, it's coming in between now. It looks like a navigation bar now. And what I'll do right here, I will say border dash left. Right or left or right? No, sorry, right. If you want your future right, give the border right. Again, a bit darker. It should be visible. You can even go lighter here, so no problem. On a lighter node. So 1 pixel, the first property, the thickness of the border, and the color and the type of the border. Right, so now type is given, everything is given. So let me refresh it, and nothing happens as usual, because instead of Terminator I have pressed the wrong key. Now you can see the border right here, but what I think, had it been lighter enough, FFF, light border is going to look more suitable right here. Yeah, am I too light? Yeah, it's going to be better. So let me make lighter border. So I'll go towards the lighter side and make lighter bluish border. And tell me whether you like the design and the color combination down to the comment section. If you do not like, I'll try and make it better. If you like, then thank you. Okay, too lighter. What do you think? Yeah, too lighter. Okay, let me go here to make it a bit darker. After making it a bit darker, let's write with Parker. Okay, now everything is fine. Yeah, absolutely good. Let me have padding of 15 pixels here. Yeah, now everything. Let me have padding of 16 pixels here. In the li, everything is, but it's on top of it, it's getting a bit disturbed. Let me have 14 pixels so that it doesn't go outside the area, and let me give padding of 16 pixels to the UL, the main UL. Right, let me give main UL the padding of 17 pixels. Keep on doing it unless you achieve your goal. And I'll give padding of 15 pixels. Right, I want this to come absolutely right. Okay, let me give one more thing. Letter dash spacing of 1 pixels maybe will solve. Yeah, letter spacing 1 pixels is also very good. And I will say text dash transform 1 pixel. What is 1 pixel? Uppercase. I'm just fond of pixels. Text dash transform to uppercase. We'll turn this to capital. Yeah, you can see capital, but it has gone outside. So I'll just try and do font dash size is going to be 14 pixels. Right, size of the font is going to be 14 pixels. Yeah, now it looks absolutely fine. Let me get rid of 1 right here. So news and notifications is quite good. Okay, now you can see this is your menu bar, and you can change the font as well if you want to change the font. And let me show you another way. Tell me if I'm going too slow or too fast. Fast I can never go, I always go slow, but yeah, if you think I'm going more fast, please let me know down in the comment section. Okay, now what I do, I say, hey main navigation, nav, you have an UL, and inside UL you have an li, and I want hover over it. Whenever anybody passes the mouse over you do one thing. You turn your background color to white. Please do this for me. Right, now you can see Absolutely good. And also do one thing, set the cursor to pointer, pointer. And when you set the cursor to pointer, you get this pointer, this hand. You can see this hand. And now you can see this is your menu bar or your navigation bar, right? And as I said, this requires good amount of practice. And do I expect? Yes, I do expect a lot amount of practice from you guys. Good amount of practice from you guys. You have two jobs, right? That I'm going to assign. Give me the exact copy of site. I need exact same thing, right, from you guys. And the second thing that I want from you guys is go to Gmail and give me the main Gmail page design. For example, if I go and open Google, so let me open gmail.com. If I go to Gmail, I get MSN. Get buy one get one free. Is it that? No, because we are running very fast internet here. I don't know, someone has logged into my email. My good God, so let me close it down. I don't want to see someone's account. So let me go and see Opera. Opera browser is here. And let me see if I open Gmail, what do I get? If you try and open Gmail, okay, I have VPN connected here. No. If I try and open Gmail, I get Gmail. Now I need this exactly. I repeat, I require you to design exactly this. Exactly this. And I'm going to give you hints for this. Main wrapper will have a section, and this is the section, and border is CCC. Hash CCC is the border here, and it has a border, right? And here what we have, then asides, no aside is used, section, and inside section we have another section right here. And then we may have whatever you feel like you can develop it, right? And this email or phone, this is input type text, right? You know that input type text. How do we write input type text? Okay, I'll show you this. I'll go to the section input type is equivalent to text, right? So this is how you write input type text. And if I refresh your website, you will see this input type text right here, where we can write text, right? But I require the same copy. I know you'll not be successful in doing this. Please do not copy anything. But yeah, practicing, I have to give you a reason to practice. I'll check it out, right? And please practice and develop it. And the second thing, I need the similar copy of this website. You can take a look at this website, right? I need the similar copy only. Okay, I'll give you the rough. We have wrapper div, CCC border, background of body, right? And after background of body, we have the navigation bar, UL and LI, and we have a logo using IMG SRC and text spacing, letter spacing. And what I'll do for you guys, I will create an HTML file here. I will create a sketch and a cheat sheet for you guys with all the special CSS features written over it, and all the HTML special features written over it. You can download the sketch file from the description of this video, and I'll keep it in the comment section as well. Please do let me know, and please complete your homework, and first show me the design, which is the exact website design, and second, I need the Gmail login design. I know it may require a good amount of practice. You may have to sit for a longer duration of time, and that is going to create and increase the amount of patience you have. So you are going to become patient, not COVID-19 patient, but patient, right? So you're going to increase patience, right? So wish you all the best, and take care. And I shall be providing you the cheat sheet with all the details of CSS, right? And please go through the video first 2-3 times, maybe 4 times. Go through it and till the time you understand what is happening. And these are the tricks that every web developer does. Everything in front of you are being is the tricks that are being applied to the website, right? You never knew that navigation is actually ULLI, because in Microsoft Word we use your ULLI for some other purpose. Yeah, but purpose changes, and we have been able to successfully change the purpose. And I wish you all the best. Bye bye, take care.